Sha-rel here from Planner with a Praise. If this is your first time visiting my channel, then welcome. I am so glad to have you. If you've been here before, then welcome back and thank you so much for returning. If you're not already a part of the Praise team, I would love to have you. In order to make that happen, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So my friends, in today's video, I will be doing a planner setup in the last two planners that I will be using in 2021. If you did not see my planner lineup, you could find it right here. So altogether, I will be using 4 planners in 2021. I already did the setup for the first 2, which was my personal planner and my social media planner. So the 2 planners I'll be setting up today is one, my financial planner, and the other is what I like to call my activity planner. So let's go ahead and start with my financial planner. What I've done already is I put 3 months in this planner, and the guts of this planner is from the Wild Style Classic Size Planner. Now these discs came with this cover, and honestly I'm not crazy about the disc, but I'm going to use them for now, and if they become intolerable, I have so many discs that I could switch it out with, but for now, yeah, we're going to keep it. So this is a classic size happy planner, and like I said, the guts of this planner is from the Wild Style Planner. And the reason why I swapped out is because the original guts of this planner was an hourly layout, and I didn't need an hourly layout for financial planning. So that is why I switched out the guts from this planner. So what I'm going to be doing today with this planner is I'm going to be adding a how-to page. That's something I've been doing with all of my planners. I'm also going to be adding a 26-week savings tracker, an expense registry, a couple of pocket folders, and just some sticky notes. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. And I really just don't see this video being long, but I hope that you find it useful and it gives you some ideas on how to use a financial planner if you're even using one. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is my how-to page, and it just instructs me on how to use my financial planner. And then I also have at the bottom here a section that just tells me what's inside this planner, and I just find that so useful. And I created this page using Word on my computer. Next up is my bill pay register, and this page just has all of my bills that I anticipate paying for the entire year. And what I did was I listed them in alphabetical order. I also left some blank sections just in case I miss something during the process, or if something else comes up during the year, I can go ahead and just write it in. The next page I want to add is a 26-week savings tracker. And the reason why I did not add all 52 weeks is simply because I could not get 52 columns on this one page, but I certainly plan on saving throughout the entire year. And what I did for the headers is I have multiple savings accounts that we use. And so the first one is my emergency fund, and the other 2 columns I just put savings 1 and 2. And again, if we just happen to find some extra money, I have a column for that. So this is my savings tracker. Next up, I will be adding my 2 pocket folders. And you know what? Once I add these, I want to move that page right behind these. Hold on. Yeah, I want to put my intro page in the, oh, I can't. So what I was going to do was I was going to take this page here and add it to the very front, but I can't do that because it's attached to my year at a glance pages, and I definitely don't want to rotate them. So I will just leave things as is. And I also, just so you know, I also have sticky notes that are in this planner. So one thing I do want to point out before I move on and add any more pages to my financial planner is I don't have a note section in this planner. And most of my planners, I make sure that I have a note section where I could jot down reminders and schedules and appointments and all that kind of stuff. I purposely didn't do that in my financial planner. However, what I am doing is I will be using the dashboards. So the dashboard here says notes and ideas. There's a little section here off to the right that says focus on. And then at the very bottom is a very small section for holidays, birthdays, and dates to remember. And I think that this one page is more than enough each month for me to be able to jot down any type of financial notes necessary without having a whole section just to write down notes. And then also too, the month at a glance page has a sidebar where I could utilize for any notes taken that's necessary. And then when you move on to the week at a glance, it also has a sidebar. And so I really didn't think that it was necessary for me to have a notes section. I also want to say this. When it comes to all of my goals, whether it's social media and business planning, financial planning, personal plans, any of my goals, I want to keep in my personal planner because that is the planner that I will access every single day. Whereas my financial planner and the other planners, it's on an as-need basis. And when it comes to achieving my goals, and you may agree, let me know in the comments below, when you are really dedicated to achieving a goal, you make that goal your focus, and a visual really helps you stay the course. And so all of my goals will be in my financial planner. So now that I've said that, we are almost done with this planner. There's just a couple more things that we need to insert, and they are my monthly budget sheets and my weekly expense tracker. So just like my how-to page, I also designed these using my computer, but I think I may have used, I don't know, I think I used Publisher to make these sheets. And so one is my monthly budget sheet, and I will be placing this right across from the dashboard. And just real quick, I want to show you exactly what I had in mind when I created this budget sheet. The header says monthly budget for, and I'll be able to just write in the month. So in this case, it is for the month of January. I also have a section here in the top left where I can write down the estimated income. And when the month is complete, I'll be able to write down the actual income that came into the household. And the same thing with the estimated expenses. I also compartmentalize my budgeting based on our living standards. This one here on the top left is my household expenses. Here is our transportation. And then on the right, we have living expenses, lifestyle, and debt. So again, this is my budget sheet. And then right behind the budget sheet, I'll be adding 2 weekly expense tracker pages. Okay, and what I did here was I purposely broke the weekly expense tracker into 2 different sections. And the reason why I did that is because there are some weeks where literally we're going out spending twice a week, maybe 3 times if you include gas. And so I don't need a whole entire page to jot down my weekly expenses. The other thing is when I'm doing my weekly expense tracking, I'm not including any bills because that's already recorded somewhere else. So my expense tracker is basically gas, groceries, eating out, our pocket money, those kind of things. And again, we may or may not need an entire page to track the expenses for 1 week. If we do, then we do have this other section. At the top, I wrote the week of. So say for the week of January 1st, if we only use, 3 or 4 lines for expense tracking, then the following week I could just write the week of January 8th and start tracking expenses for a new week. If I find that I needed all these lines to track my expenses, then guess what? This section will just say week of January 1st and we'll continue. And to be safe, I made sure that I kept 2 pages for each month. So this one is January. Now we're going to go and insert the same pages for February. Here is the monthly budget sheet. And here are the 2 pages for weekly expense tracking. And then we're going to do it one more time for March. And what I have to do is one of those folders that I put in the front need to go somewhere else in the planner. So once I put these last 2 pages in, I'm going to go ahead and move that folder somewhere else. All right, so got that done. And it really doesn't matter what folder I use. It's just that I need it to be somewhere else. So. Okay, so I'm going to start from the top just so that everything I said comes over smoothly. This is my financial planner, and it's been Franken-planned, and Franken-planned just means that I modified the planner to suit my needs. It is a classic size happy planner, and when I first open up my planner, I will see the how to use my financial planner page. And it gives me all the information about not only what's in this planner, but it will also tell me how to use it. The next page is my 26-week savings tracker. And I have 4 different columns for the different savings accounts that we put money away for. Then I have a folder, and the folder is used just to keep bills and any other financial material that I find necessary to be housed in this planner. And then I have my welcome page or my belong to page. I never know what to call this page. If you have an idea, put it in the comments below. I always get stuck like, what do I call this page? I don't know. But anyway, it's here. And then moving right along, I have my year at a glance. And then after my year at a glance pages is my January dashboard, my monthly budget page, and then 2 pages of weekly expense trackers. So my friends, we are done with the financial planner, and now I'm going to bring to you my activity planner. Now, an activity planner is something I totally created on my own. And it's basically a planner that is going to help me keep track of the multiple hobbies and crafts that I do throughout the year. And the reason why I thought that this was so important is because so many times I will become overabsorbed in my activities, and it will carry over into the things that I really need to be doing. For example, spending time with family, or, doing things for work, a household chore. I will get so absorbed. So this planner is really going to help me keep track and give time frames and order to my activities. So this is actually a guided journal more than it is a planner. In fact, there is no month at a glance or week at a glance pages in here. Instead, the pages have dates that we can fill in at the top. And then, you could write down how you're feeling for the day, what empowered you for the day, people who make you happy, that kind of thing. So it's a guided journal. But let me just show you how I plan on using this journal. So let me flip back a page. And you can see here, I made little sticky notes, and it's just an indicator on how I plan on using this journal. So one thing I will say is that I will not be pulling this journal regularly. I don't see myself using it every single day. However, when I do, I will be able to, one, put the date that I'm using it for because it's undated, and I get to use the pages whenever I want without having to scratch out dates and recreate anything. And then I will have up here my morning routine and my scripture reading. Here in the middle section, I'll be able to write down what I'm watching here on the right. And here, I don't know if you could see, but it says today's highlight, what made me happy, and today's low moment, what can I improve? And I'm thinking that I could just literally answer those questions in 1 or 2 words or a short sentence. So I'll be able to use this middle section for both purposes, to write down how I'm feeling on one side and to write down what I'm watching on the other side. Down here, on these sticky notes, I wrote crafting, reading, and writing. And so based on what I'm doing that week, I will go ahead and place a header. Now this header says daily gratitude, but I'll be changing that based on what I will be doing in the week that I'm using this planner. So if I am crafting, that's probably either I'm crocheting or I am doing some beadwork. And I will write it down, and I could also write down what project I'm working on. Reading, what book are you reading, Sha-rel, and how many days are you giving yourself? What chapter are you on? What's the name of the book? So that's what this section is for. And then if I opt not to use a page specifically for this section, I can always use it for what it's designed for. If I have a daily gratitude that I want to share on a specific date, I can still do that. And so that's how I plan on using this planner. It will record what I'm doing to bring me joy, to bring me happiness, and to settle my mind. Now this planner has 1, 2, 3, 4. This planner has 4 sections for 4 months. I'm not going to take out just 1 month to satisfy the quarterly routine that I'm doing in my other planners. I'm just going to go ahead and keep all 4 months in here. However, I do want to take a minute to put the months on the first 3 tabs. Now you guys know I have a handy dandy label maker, and I went ahead and I printed these out. So let's go ahead and put these on. I like this divider. It's simple, but it's cute. So March is the very last tab that I need to put on. Okay, so the next thing I want to do to this planner is I want to switch out the cover. I'm not really crazy about the cover, so let me do that. Remove this too. And the covers I will be using is from the Happy Planner website. Back a few months ago, they were showcasing Black artists, and so I purchased this cover along with another cover. This business is called Spoonful of Faith, and I really like this cover a whole lot. So add that. So now that I have my cover on, I also want to add a hardcover. And the reason why I'm adding this hardcover is because even though I really do like the cover I just added, I also want to just bring the quality level up a notch on this planner in terms of its aesthetics. And these hardcovers just make the planners look really, really rich. Okay, so there you go. You know, this would really look nice if I had some gold disc instead of this blue. And you know what? This cover is so hard to put on. I don't see myself changing out these discs anytime soon. So now that I've got my hardcover on and I've changed the inside cover, I want to add a pen loop. However, I'm going to do that off screen simply because I don't have the pen loop in front of me. So there are two more things I need to add to my activity planner, and we'll be done, and we'll start from the beginning, and I will show you everything that I did to set up this activity planner, and we'll be done. So here are the last two things that I want to add to this planner. This is a set of 4 photo protectors, and I'm just going to go ahead and add them right here to the beginning. And right now I don't have any plans for them, but I'm sure that at some point in the future I will. And so I'm just going to kind of keep them here so I don't have to look for them when I need them. Then at the very end of March, the very end of the planner, I want to go ahead and add this dashboard. And as you can see, it says private. And what I will be using in this section is addresses of friends and family members. But because I will periodically be using this planner for filming, I want to make sure to keep those addresses safe. So this header here reminds me that when I'm using this planner, not to go into that section. So my friends, we are done, and let me just take it from the top like we did the financial planner. To set up this planner, which I call my activity planner, I added a hardcover because I wanted it to have a luxurious feel. And then I also changed my inside cover because I wanted to have a cover that I could relate to and a cover that I feel like I could identify with. Next, I added these photo protector pages so that when I feel like doing a little memory keeping or adding some inspiration or motivation to this planner, I can do it using these photo protectors. I also added monthly labels to the first 3 months in this planner. I also gave you a snapshot of how I plan to use these pages. One thing I failed to share with you is that one of the things I will be adding in this planner is my 52-week money challenge sheet, and that video will be coming up soon. So look for it. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see the video on the 52-week money challenge and how it's done. So I will be using this page for that. So let me put my little sticky note back. All right. And then here on my left, I showed you how I plan on using these pages, and on days that I do not use the pages in this format, I can stick to the original format. And then lastly, I went ahead and added a dashboard for private viewing only. So my friends, there you have it. I have set up my activity planner and financial planner, and now all 4 of my planners that I'll be using in 2021 is set up and ready to go on January 1. Please comment below and let me know, how many planners are you using in the new year and how are you using them? If you found some ideas in any of my videos that will be useful to you, I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, then stick around and join the praise team. This is Charyl from Planner with a Praise saying peace and blessings.